Hey guys, welcome to the NerdSpice Podcast, a show specially handcrafted to add some flavor to your pop culture consumption. I am Saya. You can find me at SayaJ_Andre on Twitter. I am also here with
Jamal. I have changed my Twitter name, finally for good. So if you are listening to us and have been listening to us and you can't find me, there's a reason why. I just changed it. So it is now J_Mollymall. Very easy.
Or assuming that they've been following you. So
Damn.
No, I mean, saying like if they've been following you, then they'll just notice the name change.
Yeah.
So it's not like they have to refollow you. For the new people.
None of you are following me.
For the new people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your name again?
It's J_Mollymall. My name is Jamal.
Thank
and
you.
Also, I don't know if I should say that I'm gay because a lot of jokes are based on that. So I like niggas.
We could throw that out there.
Can I say that? I hope that's not too all-inclusive.
All-inclusive?
All-inclusive.
It is all-inclusive. Niggas is
not a
all-inclusive.
cruise.
When you're black, nigga is all-inclusive. When you're white, nigga
It's like saying cis. Cis is a gender-neutral term.
True.
And so is my guy. Like
My guy.
What are you doing?
I got Timberlands. We're also here with...
Hi, everybody. My name is Oscar. You can find me on Twitter at OPIMI1.
This has been the same.
Yeah, I keep it consistent.
Wow.
That's how you build a fan base.
Wow.
Anyway, also, I'm also gay, and that's important because I'm going to be talking about Tom Hardy today. And that's
oh my God.
a fun thing to do.
I mean, unless you want to dig into his MySpace backstory. But we don't have to do that.
Who do you think took the photos?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You were like 12.
This is a Venom review. Venom. Not, wait, no, it is. Oh, no, there was a direct correlation with Eminem's song. Yeah. I was about to be like, not confused with Eminem's songs. I thought they just had
no, Eminem.
He literally specifically
made the song for the movie.
All right. So, yes, the Venom song and not your average snake venom where we used to cook up here in NerdSpice kitchen.
Do we cook snakes?
I do.
What?
They're in my stomach.
You cook snakes?
Yes.
We only use beef and chicken here.
Oh, wow. Well, let me leave.
You must have an after night special.
It's definitely niche. But now this is a Venom review, and we're going to talk to you what we thought of the movie. And I guess I'll kick it off and say, I really enjoyed it.
I mean, before we even get into it.
Uh-oh. Did I go too
guys,
far?
No. I just feel like it's important to mention the year's 2018.
Yeah.
And the year of our Lord.
Oh, okay.
This movie feels really weird. Like, it was good, but at the same time, I feel
2002-ish?
No, not even that. It feels weird that this movie even exists. Because I remember when it was announced, and they were like, "Oh, Spider-Man's not going to be in it," and I was like, "How are they going to do that?" But then the movie's here, and it's like, we now live in a post-Spider-Man-less Venom world.
It was never on our radar.
Yeah.
I mean, we heard a bit, and then we were like, oh my God, Venom's coming out, and we talked about it for like 5 minutes, and then it left the radar, and then it came back on once Fandango sent you a notification on your phone. It's like, Venom's out this weekend. And
I guess it's been on my radar, because I'm usually in tune with the Twitter side of comic book stuff. And even when you like dig through like the trash and the sludge and all that, you find a little few things in Twitter and all that. Trash.
Right.
Yeah,
you find
but like
compostables and
I haven't been heavily following this movie, but like I've known about it from the conception. So the fact that it's like even gone all the way through is still surprising to me.
Yeah, I think it's great that we're in a time where comic book movies like this are coming out. Like, just who would have said that back in the day, we would have had a movie about like Ant-Man or Doctor Strange or these vague-ass superheroes that nobody's ever heard of, like Thor wasn't as popular as people think he was before the movies came out. And now we have a movie just on a villain, Venom, without his quote unquote, like superhero, which is Spider-Man. We have his own standalone film. And I think it's an interesting time in superhero / nerd culture industry. Where I think they're taking a lot more risks and a lot more chances, like with the Spider-Man Into the Universe, or is that what it's called?
Into the Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse,
the animated movie.
I think another thing is they're kind of realizing that, we can't just keep using the same heroes. We're gonna have to expand it to our universe a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna get tired of seeing Iron Man. I'm gonna get tired of seeing Spider-Man. I'm gonna get tired of seeing Superman. I'm already tired of seeing Superman. I'm gonna get tired of seeing Batman.
I just mean
Batman been everywhere.
like I know we've had our Ant-Man and our Doctor Strange and the Hulk and Thor, but I just mean to say, those heroes, they're like typically heroes that you do see by themselves. But with Venom, it's like you're always seeing him with Spider-Man. So I was just hitting on a point that's like, this is the first movie where Spider-Man is not, let alone not even a central figure, but like not in the movie, period. He wasn't even mentioned. And like, that's not a dig on the movie. It's just, it's not weird to process.
Yeah.
But it's different,
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not like you're against it. It's just kind of
I felt like it was just something to point out. Like, we're in a post-Spider-Man-less Venom world.
That's how people feel about. That's how people felt about when Joker wasn't in Batman. Some of Batman's movies, they were like, "Where's Joker?"
Well, now we're gonna have a Joker without a Batman movie, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
that's also weird to me.
But see, so like it's like you get
we're in an interesting time.
Yeah, but
when you got 10,000 directors trying to do their own things, James Gunn. When you got 10,000 directors trying to do their own things and different studios fighting with each other and licenses being spread through multiple areas, you're gonna have to mix some shit up a little bit.
You're gonna have to pull. You're gonna have to deep into.
You're gonna have to go deep with what you got. Marvel has a Spider-Man. How are we gonna do this?
Like, new gods.
I'm ready for it. I don't know what it is, but I'm ready to fuck for it.
I am ready for it too. I'm hoping it comes out soon. But I mean, yeah. So why don't we just jump into some positives? Samal, you want to start out?
I actually genuinely laughed like a lot
at the movie or with the movie.
With the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw you laughing at the movie too.
It didn't. Yeah. It didn't have like the Marvel feel, like the kind of I'm expecting jokes here and here. It was just like, I don't know if it had to do with me not going in with any expectations, but
I'm sure it did.
But me going in there, I was just like, this is actually pretty funny. I love the fact that they personified Venom in the way that they did. I don't know Venom like that. I personally follow the comics. I only know the very, very, very basic, like 3 key points about Venom and his storyline. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know if he's actually like that in the comics, but if he is, double great. They really did a good job with Venom. Like, his personality, it was off-putting at first, because I was like, this is strange for a so-called villain, because honestly, whatever you say, whatever you think about Venom comes up as a villain of Spider-Man to you.
Yeah.
But he's really more than that. Now that I'm seeing, and he's way more than that. They got a whole syndicate of symbiotes and shit, and a whole hierarchy. I'm just like, I didn't know that. This is kind of cool. Tom Hardy is Tom Hardy. Do I need to say anything for real? I don't think I do. Everybody else to me was lackluster, to be honest, except Miss Chen. Miss Chen was also good, but everyone else,
she was the kind of shit.
Oh, and my brown girl.
Who's your brown girl?
What's her name? Jenny Slate.
She's not brown.
She's not brown. You need to take those sunglasses off.
Anyway, my girl, she kind of had brown skin. That's why I said that. But she did a good job. I liked her character. Her character was dumb, but she was a good actor. Her character was very dumb. Like, you see what he's been doing with all these people, and you mess up. We should put at the beginning, this is a spoiler review.
It's a spoiler review.
Thanks. Boom. 7 minutes in.
Who cares? They're gonna.
We'll put spoiler review in the title.
Yeah. We'll just say that.
Yeah, no, she was pretty good. Everybody else was kind of lesser to me. Even what's her face, Michelle Williams.
I was actually surprised.
Well, what I did like about her was her how hard she was on him for making a dumb mistake, and she kind of stuck to her guns and stuff like that. I did like that aspect, but I just felt she was kind of plateaued with her expressions.
Let's see what else. Like, let's stick on
That's
the positives.
Yeah, the positives.
And then we'll get to what we would fix if we could.
At least she was useful. Yeah. And then we saw She-Venom.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It was.
Lady Venom. That was
but
weird and
I think honestly, let me roll back. Let me roll back. I don't like her hair. That's what it was.
Yeah.
You didn't like the hair.
Her hair was fucking awful.
Her hair reminded me of Gone Girl and Jennifer Lawrence.
It wasn't even Gone Girl. It was Gone Party City. Gone Party City.
Disappearing
It was
woman.
Party City hair. It looked fake. I could tell. Like, and then the 2 little bangs. Are you a spider? Like, What's happening right here? You saw how it split in like.
Well, I mean, the movie is Spider. Well, is the movie even Spider related? Because Spider-Man's not
I
in
don't
it.
even know. There was no spider in sight.
We don't need.
The only spider I saw was her hair.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know, but yeah.
What did you like, Saya?
My expectations weren't even super high because I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at this point now where it's like when movies are coming out for like comic books and they change like certain things. Like before, I would be like, "Oh, it's not like the comics. Like, you know, why are they changing it?" But now it's just like I want to give movies the benefit of the doubt,
because it's like
and I want to see it first, and that's when I make my assumptions.
Yeah, because it's like a new universe, like it's sort of its own thing, you know, the movie universe. So
exactly.
you gotta take it for that. So I used to be a stickler like that too, but.
And like a lot of people weren't really for the movie, and I'll admit, like when I first heard about it, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna do that without Spider-Man, but like before the movie came out, like a few days before, I was like, you know what? Let me just go in with no expectations. I already knew I was going to see the movie because I like Tom Hardy. He's great in like Mad Max and Inception and all that. So he has a lot of like good movies under his belt. So I was like, I'll go see it for him. And then like the other cast members like Michelle Williams and Jenny Slate and Riz Ahmed, I was like, you know, they're getting like heavy hitters. And so I was like, sure, let's go see the movie. And I just went in and I ended up having a really good time. Like it was a fun ride. Like it was a fun ride. And I just went in and I'm like, you know what? I'll just let them tell the story. They told the story they wanted to tell. And I came out and I was like, you know, I could see them like building on top of it. And I think the main thing I really liked about the movie was the relationship between Eddie and Venom itself. And I think that was like the main like selling point of the movie. Because, you know, in the comics, Eddie and Venom have like that duality to them, but they also have this, ironically, this symbiosis between the two of them.
Yeah.
You know, like they have this duality. So it's like, you said what?
Cool wording.
Actually, do you realize they changed the way they say symbiote? Because they said symbiote in the first trailer, but they changed it for the movie.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I noticed.
Why would they?
I
noticed.
They probably heard the feedback. Eddie and Venom have like this duality, but they also have like this togetherness. And I feel like they took the relationship in a different direction, but it was still unique and it was still charismatic in a sense of like I was able to, you know, attach myself to it or enjoy it for the movie. Even with like some stuff in the trailers, like the way Venom said stuff, like the turd in the wind joke. At first, everybody was like, it's weird. I didn't really dislike it. I was like, maybe it's just something weird he says in the movie. But when you finally see the movie, you realize why he says it, and it's actually funny and it works. It's a part of his persona. It's a part of the persona. Like Venom, he's almost like a child because he doesn't really know Earth, but he has like this primal instinct to eat and survive, you know, just do the things that he wants to do. And Eddie's like, you know, you can't do that. You're on Earth. You have to live by our standards, especially if you're going to stay here. And so Venom's like, okay, I'll do it, but only for you. It was really cool. I like the relationship. Yeah. So that was my main takeaway.
I ship it.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah. That was my main takeaway. I don't know anything else. I mean, the movie is what it is. And so we can touch on that a little later if we touch on like little negatives or anything like that. But,
yeah.
Oscar, what you think?
I liked it.
Now, I am vehemently against trailers. I watched the trailer for this because I didn't know anything about Venom, and I was like, okay, let me see what's going on. And I was kind of like just bored by the trailer a little bit, and I was kind of off-put by their whole marketing campaign, and I saw a lot of problems that were going on with it, like rumors that the Sony executives were paying off Redditors not to talk about, or like they're paying off Redditor moderators not to publish any negative things about the movie or something. So I was like, okay, what's going on with this train wreck? But then I was like, I'm just going to go in with zero expectations. And I went in with low expectations, and I came out having a great time. Like, it was a lot better than I expected. Venom, the alien creature itself surprised me. I was expecting something kind of like Upgrade, which if you haven't seen, and we talk about it a lot because it's a great movie. Upgrade is kind of like the same plot as Venom, but the way that the relationship works in Venom is a lot more fun. It's a lot more entertaining, and it's a little bit more of a it's a little bit more of a back and forth between Eddie and Venom. And I thought that was fun, that their personalities jumped out. I think Tom Hardy did a great job being entertaining when he was supposed to be. You could see those bursts of anger sometimes.
Yeah.
And that was really great. And you could see that, his character was like genuinely a good character, I would say. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, I felt for him. Like, I felt really empathetic toward him. And
I miss you.
Who?
That's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I miss you. And that took my heart out.
Yeah,
I'm telling y'all. I was like, oh my God.
He was so cute the entire
Maybe that's why I
movie.
don't like her.
He was playing like... No, he was like goofy and smiling and stuff. I'm like, shit, that is cute. He got me. Like...
And it's funny because like a lot of movies have that where the guy messes up, does something really trash, and like he only has to say like one thing, and the audience is like, "Oh, look at him, he's trying."
Yeah.
But in real life, you're like, "No, he's trash." Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would
But,
you?
I
do
mean,
that?
he only did
one.
But also,
but her
at the
entire
same-
career.
But at the same time, it's Tom
wait.
Hardy.
Okay, let's jump right the fuck into the negatives.
Hold on. I want to finish giving a shout out to Riz Ahmed, who I thought was a great villain, even though the character was kind of dumb, but his portrayal was pretty good. Like, the acting was good, the script was dumb. I will say that. But I really did enjoy him every time he was on screen. I was like, oh, he's kind of fun.
I actually want to kind of go back to what you were talking about with Upgrade. It's funny that you mentioned Upgrade because there's the scene in Venom where, you know, the guys from the Life Foundation come in and they're like trying to get Eddie.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, you have this, we need to like get it from you. And he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And Venom is like, okay, now it's my turn to like kind of help you out.
Yeah.
The way that scene played out and also like the camera work and like how they manipulated the fight scenes, it reminded me of that same first scene in Upgrade.
Yeah.
Where Logan Marshall Green's character is like, okay, I'll let you take over. And then the being or the AI actually did take over. And it's also funny because Tom Hardy and Logan Marshall Green are compared a lot because they look alike.
Everybody thinks they're the same person.
And so
they are.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But
yeah. But let's get into what you really want to talk about, Jamal.
Why this is finally the negative section.
Why her laptop was so unsecure?
Who? Oh, the lawyer? What?
Yes, she deserved to get fired. No. You just have your laptop open on a home coffee table. He typed in your password. Not even a two-step.
They were about to get married.
Well, think about it.
I'm sure he has seen her password a few times.
If you live with your significant other, sometimes no. At home, there have been laptops left open at my house. On the table and just left open.
And he's
like
also
that.
a journalist. He does investigative work.
That's another reason to cause concern. You work for a large government agency. Your husband's a journalist. What do journalists do? Dig up stuff. If you know you have confidential files, even if it is your spouse, not saying, oh my God, you have to trust your spouse. Obviously, because this just happened, didn't it? Okay, so listen. Work and home. If you are making enough money, as much as she was making, you could have a work laptop and you can have a home laptop. Keep your work laptop secured the fuck up. Get a BitLock or something.
That is true.
He typed in one password and that was it. She had access to her whole office, whatever.
Her email, her
she could have had it separate. Everything. She could have put it in a tab. She could have not just had him on there or have a password lock in for the work network.
Now,
just so unsecure.
I can
one
see,
password.
I can see how that's a negative because I think it was in like the scene before when they were at the dinner. They were at dinner and he was like talking about the Life Foundation and she was like, you know, you can't really do that. I work like at the law company that like protects their company. So it's like you know why that scene is there because that scene's there. So it's like, okay, he's about to do something that connects to this scene and it's going to like change like their relationship dynamic. So it was simple and I understand why they did it.
I understand, but it is still a gripe.
I mean,
as a matter of fact, let me subcategorize that. That's only a subcategory. The biggest irritating thing in this whole movie, the security in general.
Yeah,
all of the security in this show for Riz Ahmed's facility is ass. I have more security. I have more security in a gymnasium at a community center. That has more security. A gymnasium and a community center has more security than this whole facility.
They were just.
Everybody was just fucking walking around. A little girl got in.
How did a little girl get in?
Okay, I will give it the fact that she did have a whole symbiote, so he probably could have fucked them up. But
they put a few touch pads and they think they're safe. But it's like, where's the security guard?
Even if the symbiote wasn't a little girl, why not just transfer bodies?
Because they need to be compatible.
I don't know how you do it because he just kept jumping between bodies. I guess that little girl was really compatible.
Yeah, that's why he was like spotting out.
I said, dang, it's funny they got a little American girl. And like the American girl.
But it was just, I wish there would have just been more caution And she's like, so, scientists never sleep. Shut up. Where's the camera? Yes. You don't got no cameras.
Where are the records? They didn't have a record of who the last person was to go in, but they did come with like, we saw you walking around with a stranger, but it's like, you should have known that as it was happening, But, and also, okay, I'm gonna jump on this because you mentioned a few scenes that I had gripes with. The first thing was, the quote unquote villain Riot, which is the like gray Venom creature or whatever.
Yeah.
He traveled. No, like he was in an astronaut's body, and then he jumped to another body. He walked, and then he got to an airport, and basically he went through this entire journey through China, through the entire world, to get back to where his siblings were. Whereas if he had stayed in the spaceship, he would have ended up there anyway. So I was like confused as to what this whole journey
was. He didn't know that.
Yeah.
His main thing is to get back into space. That's why he's so addicted with the rocket program.
But like I thought he was fixated with getting back with his siblings.
He wants his symbiotes, but he was going to get there regardless if they came or not.
Yeah, the way I saw it, it was kind of like Venom was like kind of new. He was like a child. So I think they all were like children.
They were all kind of confused.
Yeah, but Riot's main thing was like, okay, I just got to get back up into space. I don't care how I have to do it. Yeah. That opening scene was really cool, though.
It was fun. Like, I thought it was.
The whole budget went into that explosion.
They kind of blended horror movie with action movie in some scenes, and sometimes like the tonal shift was too jarring. Like you can tell they kind of like they were expecting it to be rated R. Or something. In some
I was
parts,
definitely expecting it to be rated R.
I felt like it was gonna be rated R, but then it was PG-13.
Let's talk about that shitty sex scene they had.
Which was
non-existent. I was ready to see some booty. They had their clothes on the whole scene.
I thought the transition and everything. It was endearing. I was like, oh, Well, yeah, they did have their clothes on afterward.
I'm mad at that scene where the sex scene, PG-13 and all. There wasn't even a sex scene. I wanted to see a booty. You could have pulled his pants down a little bit. I even wanted to see her booty. I wanted to see what she was rocking with.
You being nitpicky.
Oh, bro. It was nitpicky, but that actually made me look up the rating. And I was like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. She was... What was he doing? He was like trying to take her tie off.
He was trying to take her up. Yeah. Or she put the tie around his neck and I was like, here we go. And
I was like, oh,
here
God.
we
like,
go.
What's about to happen?
Yeah, Josiah kind of looked over to me and he was like, You're
two hardworking adults, and you just can't have sex like every night,
I wanted to see how hard they really work.
I will say it was funny when the scene just cuts and they're like both asleep.
Yeah, with their shirts on.
I mean, how is she going to sleep?
With your shirt off.
Is this a whole conversation we have? Wait a minute.
And you already know how I'm feeling right now, so...
Oh.
Anyway,
I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, I mean, I guess for me, my main criticism of the movie, I feel like the plot was very thin and it wasn't spaced evenly throughout the movie. So like the first 30 minutes, it's like exposition, getting to know the characters, and like that would be fine for a 2.5 hour movie. But even then, those movies, it doesn't feel like they're wasting your time in the 40 minutes. And not saying Venom was like a waste of time, but like the first 40 minutes, I was like, okay, like when is stuff about to happen? It takes a minute for Venom, the symbiote, to actually show up. I understood why they did it because they had to like set up the characters like Eddie and Anne and, his whole situation. And you have to like build up to Venom and stuff. I just feel like the first 30 minutes was kind of off a bit. But then once Venom came in, that's when the movie really ramped up.
Yeah, it really smoothed out once Venom came in.
Yeah, I thought those like first 30 minutes they were gonna really do something more, like because they really introduced this is Eddie Brock, this is his journalism style, and he talks a lot about the homeless problem in San Francisco and the kind of how big industry is taking over, and it kind of puts you in that framework of like, oh, these big companies are kind of terrible, like Apple and Google, they're coming in, they're pricing out people who used to live in San Francisco, they're ending up homeless because they can't afford. I thought they were going to follow that thread beyond just, this is where the villain is getting his homeless people from, and they didn't really address that. I was like, it could be really interesting if Eddie had a bigger motivation than just like a vague, he's a villain.
It was vague.
I didn't really feel like... Yeah, I felt like Eddie just had like this, he was just mad at him the way like I might be mad at Jeff Bezos for like having billions and trillions of dollars, but I don't have anything,
But another thing that I kind of didn't like too much was Riz Ahmed's character. He did act pretty well, and he has a nice face, but
oh my god,
his character knew nothing.
Wait, do you remember the scene where like the little girl's like, "I have a question," and everybody's like, "Oh, you can't ask questions! Oh my gosh, what are you doing?"
They said shh with the quickness. They was trying to shut
so
Harriet Tubman up.
Do you think Harriet Tubman had her braids on and her little shirt and her little backpack just so she could ask questions to Freedom? Like,
that
was a really dumb scene.
It was unnecessary as hell.
And she didn't even get to ask the question either.
He didn't know what the question was.
But maybe that's the point.
She would have been like, "What's a symbiote?" Would y'all rather see that movie? I would. Add that little plot twist in there.
Oh,
but nah,
his character was just
he
there.
didn't know what was going on. I thought he was smart. Apparently not. Because he didn't know what was going on. He had everybody do everything. He's just like, what's going on? Where is they? Where is my symbiote?
Yeah, like, where were you when the symbiote
what does that
was
mean?
dying?
You know what? Fuck all your tests. Go straight to human testing.
Yeah.
And she's like, what?
I feel like they tried to make him really 3-dimensional. Because, in the first half of the movie, he's like, oh, I just want to do this for, like, the betterment of people.
I did like that. No, I like that introduction because it's like, it's how we view Elon Musk now, is that he's like...
But Elon Musk is smart. He has actual...
That's what they were trying to play off.
He was clearly smart.
Where?
He was smart. He was smart in the context that he had his own foundation.
How did he get it, though?
Didn't he do, like, research or some shit?
Who knows?
They explained it in the movie.
Oh, they did not, because I still don't know.
That's why it was like he worked with pharmaceuticals or some shit. I forget. I don't even know.
Exactly. They said, there was no basis. So, like, when you look at Lex Luthor's an inventor. When you look at... Give me anyone. Literally anybody.
To be fair...
I don't like where this is going.
We
left you hanging like shit.
We weren't really even expecting the villain to be like that.
Yeah.
So like I wasn't expecting.
Been nice. You want to like. Okay, I like villains. Okay, yeah. I like villains because they're interesting and they have different motives than heroes. Heroes feel like they have the same motive all across the board. Villains actually have different motives, or they can be like Magneto and like stuff like that. But this guy, I don't know how he got his company. But to me, throughout the rest of the whole film, without me having to go back and actually look for that one line that they put in there to explain his background, I just felt like
it was there.
He was just there.
And I mean,
he just had a lot of money.
Yeah.
What, did he inherit this company?
No,
because he said he built it from the ground up. How? You're not smart. You always don't know about testing.
You don't know how smart he is.
Okay.
He doesn't care about ethics.
When he was doing everything, how many scientists did he have in a room on average? Like 12. Yeah, like 12 scientists in a room on average. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
You know,
you
need people. You need people with you. When you do surgery, there are other attendants next to you.
I hope they don't listen to this podcast.
They already fire him. But
they're gonna be like, "Dang, who are we talking about? You know, we talking about you, Sharon."
I didn't say there is a Sharon in my office.
Oh my god!
But no. It's just. I was like, "What do you do?"
I was like mainly interested because I was thinking that this was gonna be the typical like villain plot of, ooh, we can weaponize this and we can put it in the military and make people into weapons and take over the new war. But he was more like, I want to explore the planet and also fuck the homeless people, fuck the poor people. I don't care about that because I want to go to space. And I'm like, that's a view that's like how a lot of people see, innovators like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos who are starting these big space companies. They're kind of just leaving us and going to Mars and stuff while we still have problems here on Earth. I was like,
his main go-to was good because he wanted to solve like cancer and solve problems and stuff like that with the symbiotes and also space exploration so we could, what did he say? So we could, heal the ailments of us and continue to live on past this planet.
I think he just wanted to go to another planet. Like, just
okay, I have ambitions too. I want to cure world hunger.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to live efficiently and comfortably across the globe.
Yeah.
But I can't just do that. How did you start this business? What is your credentials? You're walking around in a t-shirt and a jacket. You're not even in a suit. I don't even know.
So are a lot of people in San Francisco, to be fair.
All of your scientists across the board have professional scientific gear. Your security guards got security gear. You're walking around like you just left a movie.
No, those Google engineers, they come out on their little keynote speech in hoodies and jeans.
That's software. This is science. What are you doing?
He probably did some software. I don't know. I don't actually. Let me not.
Google has some science stuff.
They gave him
medical science.
They gave
Biology?
him his
they developed
credentials
like
at the
software
beginning.
for like medical stuff.
Okay, they
Yeah.
develop
had
software.
medical
You need a
people there.
computer and some other stuff. Maybe some consultants to develop software.
I think we just
Wait,
have to
wait,
look
wait
up
a
how
minute.
he got
Wait a
his
minute.
I don't know.
money
I don't know.
because
Okay,
I don't
we're
even
going off.
know
We're going way
what
off.
he did.
All I'm gonna say on Riz Ahmed and all that, I didn't expect his character to be like this amazing villain.
It's not an excuse.
It would no. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm saying would it have been nice if he was like a Lex Luthor type? Sure, but for the purpose of the movie, his character was passable. Like
This entire movie was passable. Like that's the, it fits in, you know.
like, and
You know
I
who's a
mean,
bigger villain?
oh,
Michelle Williams.
stop.
She was. She was a villain to Tom Hardy's emotional
No,
life. Yes, she was.
no.
We're not going to blame.
Tom
continue-
Hardy was his own villain.
We're not going to
right.
blame
Okay,
the
you
woman
correct
for
me.
what
You're
the
not
man
gonna
did.
exactly.
Like,
Why not?
She needed to
Why
step out.
not?
Of
Stop.
that
Let me stop.
You know what? If he cost me my career at my
You're right.
cushy
No,
lawyer
actually,
firm,
no. Actually, I'm taking it back. I'm going back to my original defense. Why you got all these confidential on a basic ass home computer on a home
Mhm.
network? Like, get your shit together.
But
You
he
would
would've
deserve for
But
your shit
like
to be
he would have
stolen.
done that anyway. He had that connection with her. You know, he would have gone snooping.
Hey, baby, can you
anyway.
scan your eyes so I can look at your documents?
He would
Yeah.
have gone snooping because if she had her laptop closed, and I'm not going to stay on this long, but if she had her laptop closed, he probably would have pulled it out, tried to like figure out the password. If he knew it was her work laptop, I mean, this.
Why is he not passing to a work laptop?
Why? I mean, people could get it's movie magic. Like people guess
I don't like
passwords
Ex
and like
Machina. Let me stop. Okay.
Ex Machina was really good. But another thing that I wanted to touch on as far as like negatives, once we finally got to the climax of the movie, where Riz Ahmed's character and Riot like became one and they were like the ultimate villain, the plot didn't break down. It just felt super simple, and it felt
Yeah.
like something that introduced in 5 minutes and it was over. It's like, okay, we got to get him now.
But you were okay with it.
I was okay with it, but it's like, you know, I could. It's like with how they did Riot and how they didn't really expand upon his character. He was just like going through like different people trying to get back to the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they could have expanded on Riot because we knew that Riot was ultimately the villain of the movie. Like Riz Ahmed's character was just the host to get there. But I feel like once we figured out that Venom and Riot were going to have that battle, it was just something that happened quick, and it didn't feel like it was something that was built up over time.
I feel that.
That's
Yeah.
my thing.
And Venom was just kind of like, oh, Riot is in his body and he's gonna take over, and Riot's kind of like our leader. And I was like, where was all of this?
Yeah,
exposition?
it felt like a
You
3-minute info dump and then a 5-minute fight and then it was over.
Yeah.
Like that was my thing.
That's
Yeah.
what happens with movies you don't really care about or not on your radar.
I mean, I don't.
It's fine though.
But it's not
Yeah.
that we didn't even care about the movie. It was just the
It was
thing
a
that
movie.
I think could have been better.
It's I wasn't as hyped for it as I am for Aquaman, but it's there. It's a fun little.
I'm really kind of hyped for Captain Marvel.
I'm hyped for
I'm
Captain
really
Marvel.
hyped for it.
That looked amazing.
We're going to do an episode on that. So we touched on positives, we touched on negatives. Was there anything? Ooh, I almost forgot.
Uh-oh.
Before we move on, we'll talk about things that we could potentially see them doing in the future. But I wanted to hit on the post-credit scene with Carnage. Or Cletus Cass.
I see. Okay, see, this is what happens when I see shit like that and I put it in my archives. I don't expect for you guys to bring that shit back up. That was trash.
Well, we have to talk about it.
It was garbage. I put that in my archives in the back of my brain.
No,
And you
I
gonna walk
was
through my facility
living for
and pull
it.
it out.
I was having a blast. I was like,
What was up with him?
What took me out
I don't know.
of
He
it-
looked like
I
Ronald
don't know what's up with
McDonald.
comic book movies and Party City wigs right now because that's all I see.
What that did take me out. Like,
Yeah.
Woody, no,
It's
seriously.
like, he's
'Cause,
looking like
Woody
a little
Harrelson-
Archie comic
Woody
or
Harrelson is
something.
great. Woody Harrelson is great.
Not with
Yeah.
that
But
hair.
that wig, he looked like a 13-year-old boy.
I don't know what
It
that
was
wig was so
very
off-putting.
concerning.
Honestly,
Who are you trying to kill?
let me be completely honest with you. When I first saw him with that hair, I was a little scared. Like, I honestly was like, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Just all of it, the whole, it's
Maybe
just kind of
that's what they're going for.
I hope not, because I'd rather Carnage be this badass villain.
He's a
Like,
serial killer. He's supposed to be creepy.
You know
Not
another
that
thing I didn't
creepy.
really like?
What you think?
At least
serial
have some
killers are not
synthetic
creepy?
weed.
What is this?
I don't know.
He got the
I just
lace
think-
front.
I think the hair was weird. The hair was weird. His like
His
mannerisms.
face. Did you see him
his
smile at
face.
the end, his last
He was
word?
trying to be a
Just-
Joker, like shit.
No, it did not work. It did not work at all. It didn't work for
Oh
me.
my god!
For me personally, when it comes to like serial killers in movies, I like the serious serial killers, not the
course.
ones that seem like very jokey.
like
like,
Anthony
him-
Hopkins type serial
Yes.
killer.
Yeah, like the ones that are like,
Norman Bates.
yeah.
But I
well,
think that's
yeah.
like what like acknowledged it that he wasn't gonna be like that. Like he said, "Can we just skip past this whole creepy serial killer vibe thing and get straight to the point?" You know, he was like,
they did say
He
that.
was still creepy though.
"Yeah, but he
What
was
did he
creepy in
skip
his
to?
own
What
way."
mode was
He
that?
skipped past the fava beans, you know, the Anthony Hopkins type situation. Silence of the Lamb. Oh my god,
Get
y'all.
out.
Watch Silence of the Lamb. It's October. It's
Silence of Carnage. I don't want to see
better be
it.
quiet.
But
I don't even know if they're going to do that movie.
You know who's Victoria Wiggs? Him and Anna Diop.
Starfire from Titans. For those
Guess
who are not
what would
aware.
change? Nothing.
But
No, it would be shorter on her. You know.
They look the same.
another thing I didn't really care for,
Mm-hmm.
we knew Woody Harrelson was going to be in the movie.
I
We just
didn't.
didn't. Well, I knew. Like, I didn't, and we all figured out that he was going to be Cletus Cassidy before they even said
I don't know
anything.
enough about Venom to like predict any of this shit. I didn't even know they had more than one Venom.
Yeah,
There
there's
was
a
like
lot.
there were like 10 different Venom. I know there's a red one, which I guess is Carnage.
Yeah, Carnage
Okay.
is the red one.
But I was
And
like,
so-
what? They got gray, they got brown, they got
But, like-
black. I'm like, ooh, they got blue too.
And I
The
almost,
whole gay flag.
I
Yeah.
almost forgot that Woody Harrelson was even going to be in the movie, and he wasn't really even in the movie. He was only in like a 2-minute scene, which was fine. But like,
Yeah.
I was
As
like,
far as, like-
I wish they would have kept it secret. You know, I kind of miss the days of movies when it was like, you know, you don't know who's going to be in the movie, you just go in and see it.
Yeah.
Like when they did Harvey Dent, Two-Face, in The Dark Knight. Nobody knew he was going to be in the movie. Or nobody knew that
nobody knew he
Two-Face
was
was
going
going
to be
to...
Two-Face.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Harvey Dent, you know Two-Face. You know
I
he's
didn't know that
Two-Face,
when I
but
saw
nobody
it.
knew...
Yeah, I didn't know that because I'm like,
Well, now that
I know recent
now that
comic
we
book.
know comics.
I'm
Yeah.
very recent.
But yeah,
I'm a born again nerd.
As far as
I kind of wish they didn't reveal that Woody Harrelson was going to be in the movie, especially because that scene was like
2
contained.
seconds,
The
you
scene
know?
was like contained. Like
Yeah.
if he was out on the street and they took like set photos and he's in a movie, okay, that's fine. But I feel like because the scene's contained, you don't have to reveal that. You could just let it be.
You could have just kept quiet. the
Yeah,
entire time.
that was my thing. But that's
Well,
like
why
a,
would
that's a
anybody
little
be quiet? They
nitpick.
wanted to give much buzz for the movie as possible to get people in them doors. for
There's
the
no
box
buzz
office.
if he's only going to be in there for 2 minutes.
Well, they got some buzz.
Hey, they got buzz off of Bryan Cranston in Godzilla, and he died in like 3 minutes. Everybody was like, come check. He was in every single trailer, and he died like the first person to die, you know?
That's true.
They will use these actors' names, and they will get butts and seats because they know their names
Like
will
at the
get butts and
Grammys.
seats. Exactly.
They'll
They'll bring
Don't bring
Beyonce.
Beyonce there and not have her win a single thing.
Will they give her an award? No.
And then they pan the camera and you see Beyonce's seat empty. Halfway into the show.
She's
just-
like, I'm here to give you
Sidebar.
life.
I have the perfect caption meme combination with that. So you know the video of like the audience and Ellen and they're like jumping up and down and people are
Yes.
crying.
Yeah.
My caption would be when Beyonce agrees to come to your show so you'll get better rating.
But
But
She
anyway,
didn't come on the podcast.
if Beyonce
How
can't
much?
just-
How much? Well, she was sitting right here. How much would that cost?
how much would that cost?
I wouldn't think thousands.
We
We're already poor.
we can't
So,
even
like,
afford to know her phone number. Like,
I gave 100s. You talk about thousands.
We can't even afford to give Michelle. You really think we're about to get
don't do Michelle like that.
No, I'm
Did y'all see the sandal meme? When they did the sandals, they called Beyonce Louis Vuitton shoes. They called Michelle one of them like open toe sandals.
But okay,
Oh
so
my God.
I guess to wrap up, what are your final thoughts?
Good overall movie, great. Actually, a B.
A B?
A B. Wow.
I just enjoyed it. It was chill.
Yeah. Okay.
If I swear to God, if I saw a little bit of Tom Hardy's butt, I would have gave it an A.
Really?
Honestly,
A whole A?
a whole A. This is the mood that I'm in right now.
Stop.
You are in
I'm
the,
not lying.
you are in the mood. So
We're not
Yeah.
gonna address that.
A dress. Take the dress off.
Okay. Anyway, on my half, I think it was a good movie for what it was like a good experimental. Like, where are we gonna go next in terms of how audiences are gonna respond to these standalone movies without superheroes? Because I know Sony's gonna be pulling out all of their Sinister Six villains, and they're gonna each get their own movie, and they're gonna do this
I don't
crazy
have time for
villain
that.
universe. I don't even know. Sony's gonna make money off of this. They already want it. I would give the movie like a C+C. You know, like it accomplishes its mission. It gets me into the theater. I was like satisfied.
A B's too high.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say that, but like, yeah.
You should have said it.
But yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. It's a decent movie. I'm not going to like go out and buy it on Blu-ray, but I will watch it if it's on Fox or something. If it's on...
You're irritating.
If it's on TV, I'm there.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like, I'll give it a C+. I think for what it is, it was good. And first of all, accomplishing the movie without having any mention of like Spider-Man in it, I would give it a C+ too. I feel like it did what it had to do. It accomplished it. It's not Tom Hardy's. Yeah, it's not Tom Hardy's best performance, but he was charismatic enough where it didn't matter. I feel like everybody else did an okay job.
So
charismatic. And I think it has potential, especially with like the Carnage post-credit scene. Like if they hamper down on the horror route.
I would love to see a more horror-focused superhero movie.
And that's what we thought that the movie was going to be. If they do go the more horror route, especially with like Carnage as like the main villain, I think that would be very interesting.
Carnage is definitely, just like from what I saw in that post-credit scene, he looked like he could be a rated R type villain.
Yeah.
But I think Marvel or Marvel, I don't know what the fuck. Sony is kind of like apprehensive about doing rated R because they kind of still want to keep that relationship with Marvel, and they know that Disney might not be like joining universes if they're going to be sending, like if some kid is watching Tom Holland and then they're like, "Oh, I want more Spider-Man," and Disney's like, "Well, this is in the Spider-Man universe and it's a whole rated R movie." Disney's definitely not going to do that.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty good, like, decent movie. It was fun. It was a good time. If you've been hesitant about watching it or not, check it out on a matinee showing. Don't pay full price.
Go on a Tuesday when it's kind of like quiet. That's when we went, and we got. I don't know if they did, but I got the nice little Amazon deal.
I don't know if they did.
So my ticket was like $4, and I was like blessed. But anyway, yeah, like go see it for like matinee and all. Don't do that. Go see it for like matinee and all that. It's a good movie. I wouldn't pay like full price, like IMAX price or anything like that. But yeah, go see it.
And if it comes out on TV, regularly. Yeah, IMAX is such a scam. A Limax.
We're doing it for Aquaman.
Are we?
I need to see it on a big screen. Like,
can it not be 3D?
It's not going to be 3D.
Okay, because I hate.
It'll
3D.
be regular. Yeah, I hate 3D too.
I can't put those glasses on my glasses. It's just. It's not a look.
I don't know that struggle.
Okay, 2020 vision ass bitch.
2120. Get it right. That's
any closing comment? I wish the CGI was a little bit better. I think Jamal was talking about how they did some specific things to hide the CGI, like smoke screen, a literal smoke screen. They did things out of like the corner of your eye, like a lot of the some of the scenes were just like Venom quickly swooping in and out, swoop, swoop, swoop. Yeah. Oh, and in the trailer, I do remember there was one scene in the trailer where the computers like spread out, kind of like parting the Red Sea. And actually, it was Riot doing that, but they didn't have that in the trailer. I guess their CGI was
weird. It was like, what is this telepathic? Like,
yeah, I thought it was telekinesis at first, but I guess they didn't put in the CGI at first.
God, you are right.
I think their CGI budget.
I never think about the trailer when it comes up
because that happened, and we was like, what is this telepathic? Like, does he have powers?
I told y'all they used the PS2 to do these graphics.
Not a PS2.
Not a PS2.
They can't even
at least give a PS3.
When they did that smoke screen scene,
yeah.
What kind of military training is that? It's dark and I'm gonna throw smoke on you and you're black? Alright, cool. Not the race, but
what?
Yeah, no. Like,
I was gonna say this sound real bad.
No, Venom is like
it's okay, we're minorities.
Yeah, a lot of his fight scenes took place at night, and Venom is like black, so it's like I couldn't really see him a lot of times because it was very dark. But that's just something I'm gonna throw out there so that you can think about.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, though. You should tell us. I don't know how, but
hit us up on Twitter.
Telepathically, hit us up on Twitter or whatever. What you thought about Venom?
Yes.
And if we missed something, or if you don't agree, I'd recommend you keep your thoughts to yourself. But if you did agree, go ahead and post those. We welcome all free speech here. If you want to rip into us or you want to tell us what
that's
you don't
fine.
like gays, that's fine. I'm very good at rebuttals.
Oh my god!
No, I shouldn't say that. I'm challenging them. Thank you for listening to us. It's been fun doing this little review. Venom was good. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you have seen it, I hope you liked it.
And if you didn't like it, that's fine.
That's fine. So, yeah.
And my name is Jamali Mall. Wow. J_Molly Mall. And it's exactly how it sounds.
My name is Oscar. You can find me on Twitter at OPIMI1.
My name is Saya. You can find me at SayaJ_Andre. On Twitter, you can also find our podcast Twitter at NerdSpicePod. And you can find the podcast on a lot of the podcast platforms.
Wait. I see every time I listen to podcasts, they say, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wherever you listen to podcasts.
That's what they say. So let's do that.
That's what the professionals say.
We're on
wherever
we say our main platforms, and then we say wherever else you listen to podcasts.
Ooh.
But if they go on like some rinky-dink website that I've never heard of and we're not there, then are we telling the truth?
Do you know the main podcast?
They're not going to listen to us anyway.
The main podcast, Castbox, Spotify, iTunes. Even though I don't like Apple. Google Play.
It's important for us to be there. Yes, we're on Google Play.
See? Everywhere you listen to podcasts, sweetie.
We're on TuneIn, and we're on Stitcher, and we're on Blueberry. Yeah, I put us all there. And like Maul was saying, we are now on Spotify, which is actually really cool, because I'm a heavy Spotify user. And so we're on Spotify now for all the Spotify listeners.
The fire in our podcast.
That was dumb.
That
was dumb.
That was great.
No, I actually like I was like, where is it going?
Thank you, Josiah. You're a whole fire engineer or whatever.
Fire protection. Mm-hmm. He's trying to stop your flames.
Don't give away my Muggle credentials. What are they trying to find me at my place of
fire
employment?
Fire prevention engineer.
I'm not sure Muggle credentials.
I have a burn on my leg, and you were not there to protect me. So who's really to blame? Wow.
Anyway,
this has been another episode of the NerdSpice podcast.
Please delete that.
Delete it?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it in just because. This has been an episode of the NerdSpice podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed it. And be sure to leave a like and a comment on our iTunes or Google Play or wherever you're listening to. Also be sure to share the podcast wherever you are on social media. You can find us on all those platforms. And yeah, be sure to like and comment. Thank you for the people who have listened to a few episodes and reviewed it for us. That's been great.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Very critical, too. I like that. Be harder on me. That was not even halfway sexual. I'm serious.
You know what?
I like critical analysis.
I'm going to just end it here.
See you next time.
See you next time.